welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Space Engineers. I am your host, Corn Potato, Quad Potato. Say hello. Look, I'm just saying, I'm about to suffocate. Last time. Well, first, let's just do a quick little. No. Last time. Wait, sorry. Last time, Clyde said, thanks for the compliment. Like the faction name. I also really like the faction name. Yeah. Wow, when the wasp stung you, it almost choked on a mouthful of coffee. I almost choked. Sorry, Clyde. Yeah, hand came off the home keys because I don't know what I don't know why, but something happened. I'm gonna pause for a second. Something happened for a second where I took my hand away from the keys, and then I saw the gun right before it shot me in the face. And while their aim isn't as good thanks to that mod, it is still pretty good if you're non-mobile. So that's, so I'm sorry you nearly choked on a mouthful of coffee. Wasn't fond of the size of that rover at first, but the acrobatics was doing is hilarious. Yeah, it is not good for anything other than poor stunt driving, I think. The old detector did kind of look like a propeller. Let's see. Always like building starter homes. Same. Yeah, I think I really like the starting of, like, there's a happy medium Space Engineers where you're at the start and you get to go through a bunch of, like, the struggle of getting going and then getting to the point where you're getting large resources, you can do more and more and more. And then that fun of, like, the big resource farm where you get to have, and then it just gets to the point where, like, everything's coming super easy. And I think that's when, like, okay, now I've got to find things to keep myself entertained. Let's see, John, quote of the week: "It's not the worst thing I've ever built." Yeah, the dumb buggy is that. It is dumb. And yeah, it is kind of a clown car. And I know, John said that I have diminishing returns on my QT clones as wide and low for the school of thought of rovers. Yeah, wide and low. We need ground clearance still, right? I will have a copy of the design for one. Wacky Racers Stuntman Special. Yeah, hey, look, we could do a Wacky Racers episode. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, and I'm also not sure how I made it back one piece. I got lucky, I think. Let's see what else. And then Chad, he said to reduce the wheelies, reduce the power on the back wheels, and increase power on the front so that the front's doing the pulling. That's a good idea. I never thought about that. Won't pop up as much. With the antenna on the buggy, antenna on the buggy lets you see ore detection when you're not in the seat, and you can drop the transmission range so that it's not broadcasting to everybody around you. Let's see what else. And it'll help conserve power usage. And then sloped solar panels may not generate much, but they can help recharge the battery of the buggy when parked facing the sun. Yeah, so the dumb buggy is getting gunned. So what's going to happen now? You're going to see in a magical minute, you're going to notice we got some stuff built behind us. I started the process of building a few. What is that on the ground right there? Oh, it's just textures. Building a few containers for hydrogen and stuff like that. And then I also built this. I have a hydrogen H2O2 so I can refill my stuff willy-nilly. It's nice. The dumb buggy, of course. And then you'll notice there's something missing right there. So what you're going to see right now, we're going to cut to a time lapse of me converting the pod into something pseudo-useful. And while that time lapse is going, I'm going to run up to this unknown signal. So I'll see you on the other side. All right. So that is the buggy as it stands right now, plus a little bit of base constructione. Nothing too crazy. Let's see. What do we got? Something good? Oh, that's the parachute. So no is the answer to the question, unless where's the cargo container? Aha. Hey, another grinder we don't need, but some construction components. That's always helpful. Not mad about that. So today we're gonna get. So what I need to do, because the reason we've stopped that time lapse and the reason um, we're back to me right this second is because I ran out of iron. Um, I ran out of the materials that I need to to continue doing the job. So what I'm going to do is probably going to jetpack joyride over to that iron spot, dig down in, get some iron to get processing, so we have some materials to do the rest of the buggy work. The other thing, I do have experimental. I don't know how this works. I was going to look that up really quick. So I do have experimental, what is it called? Experimental physics or experimental interactive experimental interaction, or I don't know what the mod is called. I can't for the life of me think of it right this second. I do have that. However, I don't know how to use it. And supposedly you just hold R. Oh God, let go. Oh God. Wow. Superhuman. I just nearly yeeted the dumb buggy. Part of me kind of wants to eat the dumb buggy. If I'm being honest, like we're gonna leave it in there. I'm not gonna disassemble that one, anyways. So as you can see, we parked this guy over here, and it was a chaos. I did a lot of weird things. The wheels aren't perfectly lined up on the back there. They look dumb. And I set this up specifically so I could offload these tanks from their O2 and hydrogen. And then what I was going to do is put it into those things right there. And then, yeah, and then I would have the ability to like cut the rest of this off and finish this thing up. However, I am so very talented at doing this that I couldn't figure out the experimental physics. So I also want to move this battery. I couldn't figure out the experimental physics to get the battery moved. So the pod is looking a little. It it needs some help. It needs some work. But that's okay. That's what it is. So what I'm gonna do, my plan right this second, we're gonna go. We're gonna take a jaunt over to this iron place. I'm gonna dig and get some pure iron instead of just banging out a bunch of stone. We're going to do that first. Military escort mining cargo. So, okay. We're going to get some iron first. And then I can delete that buggy node because that is no longer where the buggy sit. I kind of want to throw the buggy into space if I'm being honest. I'm not going to, but I really want to. So iron is over here. And I'm going to do the thing and be destructive to all the material above said iron so that I can just get straight to the iron. Um, I think that's a better idea than digging down, making trips with partial dirt and partial ice and stuff like that. Like I'm just gonna go straight for the iron jugular, and yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Oh, get some iron really quick. I do want to set up an iron mine. I'm gonna set up. I've got a script. If I can, I'm gonna alt tab for a second. Let's see what. Uh, it's not the Pam miner, but it's That's really loud, by the way. I think it's the automatic mining platform by by Kiza Labas, and it's basically you build out the you build out a hinge system, a rotor system, and a piston system, and you set up the script, and then it basically auto carves a big swath of land, and it'll be really great for our mining facility. So I do want to do that. That is on the list of things to do. And the best part about this specific spot is if I do it well enough, I should be able to hit the iron, cobalt, and nickel in one breath. Like if I can set the center to it, I should be able to get all of that done and basically collect a large amount of resources, which will be really great. I'm going to go the right way instead of the wrong way. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. I just want to get some iron for that, and then we're going to finish out this buggy. Um, really I need to finish out the things necessary to build the two tanks and that last connector or the last pipe between the two tanks so that I can um, get this thing going underway. And then I have some other ideas that should, what do we need? So I need construction components, small steel tubes, and motors. And I bet I have these already producing if I'm not mistaken. I do. I do. Am I also out of nickel? That doesn't sound right. Well, we'll see. Let's see. First, we'll connect this. I need 12 steel tubes and 4 motors. 12 steel tubes, 4 motors. Let's see what we got. 12 there. I can probably put that right there. I'm going to put that first. And then I need 2 more of those bad boys. Yeah, let's do that right there. That gets this made. And then we need 40 small steel, 60. And what does this guy need? We need another 19 of the large steel tubes. So I can grab those 2 right there. And then I can grab 17 right there. And that gets this part taken care of, in which case I should be able to stockpile and steal all of the auction from this guy here. So if we look at that, yeah, it's going down. Beautiful. I love that. I love that for me. And then what do we need here? We need 60 small, 40 large, 8 computers. 60 small, 40 large. So let's do 40 there. And I need a lot more of those. That's If that's 8, that's 10. So then I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And for whatever reason, that's not working. Okay. What do I need more of this? Oh, I need 40 more of the large steel tubes. 40 more large steel tubes. And I think I should be able to grab this right here. So that's those things. I need 8 computers. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That never comes out right, by the way. Just so we're clear. It's never once come out right. There we go. That should be everything we need for this. Large steel tubes. Hey, look at that. And then I can set this to stockpile. And we should be able to pull all of the materials out of these 2 containers. And then once that's done, yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Once that's done, I can then disconnect this thing and we can work on this some more. Got an event control already. I don't need to take that off. I don't know why this is grinded down, but it is. And I didn't take everything out of it. That was dumb on my part. Let's just ignore that happen. That nobody saw that. Nobody saw that happen. But there's no reason to carry around all of our seeds with us because there's just no reason to. If we do that, what'll happen is we'll forget to fix the problem, and then bad things happen. So is this at 0 now? It is. Beautiful. So I can cut this guy off. Okay, and here's my other plan. This is going to be cockamamie. My energy is low. Love that for me. That's what you want to hear. Oh, good. Why is there so much crap in this? Okay, energon low. The good news is I have a solution for energon low. This right here is our solution, and I'm glad we did that. Now let's put all of our crap in there, including, okay, plus you made it in. All right, so here's my next plan. What's my next plan? Before we work on the thing, I need to do one extra thing. I need to, come on, brain, do your brain stuff really quick. I need to go up here. Oh, I don't have enough of these. That's okay. We'll come down here. We're going to take the survival kit. Needs, where's the survival kit? Okay, what I need to do is I need to grab all of these. So, and then you go in there. Nope, you go. Okay, never mind. I don't need to do that. That's a lie. I lied to myself. I don't need to do that. So I've got food coming on board. It's not a lot, but it's some. Okay, here's what I want to do. This is gonna be cockamamie, and you guys are gonna be like, "Why are you doing that? That's dumb." But just hear me out for a second. So I want to keep the ability to sleep, um, mostly because I do, and and obviously a bed would be the easy solution. Or instead of taking the easy road, what if I make my life incredibly difficult, right? And and um, and then that's fun, and it's fun for you guys, and it's a great learning experience for me, maybe, or it's a terrible learning experience for me, and yeah. So let me grab this. You know what I need actually? Let's do the. Where is the? Did I not put those on the bar? Dang it! Darn Knigget. Okay. Conveyor. We need the small grid. Small grid box boys. Oh, and now I can do the thing where I can. Okay, so I'm not allowed to do it if I have a tool in my hand, I can't grab it. But if I have a tool in my hand, I can totally. Look at that. Oh, this is gonna be good. I'm excited about this. Okay, so what is the connection points? What are the connection points to our dear old? Oops. What is the connection points to our dear? Stuck. To our dear old connector guy here. Do we know? Okay, beautiful. Oh yeah, this is. I got a good feeling about this, guys. You're going to be like, that you shouldn't have a good feeling about it, but I do. I do have a good feeling about it. Okay, so here, first and foremost, what we need to do is we need to do what's the weld pad? We need a weld pad. So let's grab one of these guys here. I don't know what else is in my inventory. Oh no. Belay that order. Belay that order. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to detach this guy. Okay, and then I come back here. Oh yeah. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. This is a terrible idea, but I'm here for it. I've never used grabby hands before, so I'm a little excited about it, honestly. Um, okay, plop that down on the bottom right there. Okay, perfect. Grab the pieces out of there, and then okay, I gotta put away the gun, or put away the welder, and then now I should be able to rotate it. How do I rotate it the other way? That's what I need to. That's the problem. I don't know how to rotate. I feel like this is just a time bomb waiting to happen, right? Because I'm sitting here thinking if I hold R, does it rotate easier? Or anybody know experimental? Well, this is going to be a question you guys are going to be like, "Oh my God, Tater, stop!" And I'm going to be like, "You're right. I should have been." Okay, come on. I could push it. I could push with my face, and then I don't have to worry about. What? See, it's going so far away from me. That's what I don't. I know I could just, okay, I understand, guys. By the way, I do know that I could just very easily remake this because I don't. need to do this amount of effort, but I want to figure out how to use this stuff, and I don't know how to stabilize. All right, let's take a quick pause for a second. What is this thing called? It's called experimental. I'll be right back. Just give me just a second. It is called Improvised Experimentation, and you hold the left mouse click. Why is it so far away from me? That's the problem. Wait a minute, can I? Oh, I can. Aha! We're learning today, fellas. So it looks like got it. Aha! All right, so you have to R grabs it, and then the mouse wheel. And I'm gonna pause for a second, and we'll talk about this. So R grabs it. The mouse wheel, right mouse button, secondary tool action to center it to mass. You can toggle rotation with left mouse button, plus right mouse button throws it. Scroll wheel moves grid closer further. Middle mouse button set and clear reference grid. Toggle alignment shift. Camera grid alignment disabled while holding W. ACA sprinting. Alt change towards face control. Okay, so there's some controls I should have probably looked at before we went through that mess. But there you go. We got it. We moved that, which is great. So, and the other thing I want to do. Okay, so let's come over here. Let's grab this, and let's grab that. And let's see what we've got already available to weld up. Okay. We don't need this piece because that's already done. I should be able to grab everything. Really, that's surprising. Okay. We'll probably church this up a little bit. There we go. There's that piece. And then I don't need these things because I already had all the stuff in the inventory. So what I'm going to do, like it or not, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this loose. I'm going to drag it over there. So this could be potentially painful, but that's okay. It's part of the growing process. Or I'm going to grind it completely off for no reason because I don't know why that happened. I was holding the button to detach grid and it said no. It did not agree. It did not agree with me. Okay, pack kelp crisp. Let's eat one of those. Okay, so now that I've done that and ruined my whole fun plan, we're just gonna cryo chamber really quick and okay. So this needs to be like this. And then I need probably actually to have one curved guy like so. And then let's see, I need you to rotate up like how, up like how, like this, like how. Get this guy up like that. And then we can stop that. And then we go back here, we do this, we grab this guy here. And then back to this guy there, 9. I'm very disappointed that this, I don't, okay, well, quit being a bunghole, bro. Okay, back to this. And we should be able to get that aligned up so that and then we can test it out. Can I still sleep? One player not, hey, look at that, I can sleep. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, so that's the first thing I want to do. We got some iron on board, and I got this moved over. Obviously, um, I can make that. We can church that up later, but that's what I needed to do. I needed to get that done for that. Um, Part of me wants this not to stockpile. Let's take the stockpile off there and auto refill on. And let's auto refill on, stockpile off. Those are going to be mostly empty. But now, I can move all of this crap over that I screwed up and didn't move over in the first place. Also, I can take these off, which I don't need to have on this grid at all because they're not doing any good. Oh, look at that. We have other tanks. So all of this is still functional. That is great news. That is great, great news. Okay. So what I want to do first, let's go ahead and reverse this down and we'll go ahead and unlock you. Beautiful. And then we're going to turn off the park brake really quick. We'll pause. And low and slow is going to be the new method. Let's see. I need to copy the data on this really quick. Copy, check. Okay. Can pop that off there. And then we need to knock this guy back one. I think, and if I'm not mistaken, then yeah, see that's what happened. Is all this is just wrong. Which is not surprising. I mean, come on, it is me. I have a tendency to do things wonky sometimes. I see the sunlight being not my friend. Let's see. It, it, it. And then, hello dog. Thank you for barking. We're going to have this, and then I should be able to get these wheels fixed, and they'll be the right distance. The other thing I want to do, and I've not messed with this. I've not messed with the tracks mod. That's the other thing we were going to do today is get tracks put on this thing. But I think you need to have more wheels than we initially did. So now that we've done that time lapse and we've got this stuff set up, I think what would be a good idea, I think what would be a great idea actually, is to do this right there. And then we need, basically, I don't know, part of me is like, don't keep the survival kit on this thing. But the other part of me is like, do it. Keep it on there forever. And I think the reason I'm so inclined to keep it on there forever is because I think that it's a good idea and I'm definitely not going to regret accidentally murdering myself and then not having a survival kit. That being said, I think there's another one I got to weld back there. Okay, I'm gonna grab that. And then we're not going to have, that's not where that's going to park forever. It's just currently where it parks. So now I should be able to heal myself up and get oxygen and everything. Beautiful. Okay, that's that problem solved. I think I want to move the battery to right here. And I don't think I need these. Oh, that's, I think the small grid things don't do squat. So I think what we could do, I don't know. We're gonna test instead of we're gonna do one thing. Okay, here's what's gonna happen. I've got an idea. I want to put the battery. I think I want to nestle the battery right there. But instead of moving this battery that's on the grid powering this currently, and it's our only survival kit, so if I accidentally get beamed in the head by something, instead of that being the plan, what I might do, what I might do is try to put the battery from the dumb buggy over there. I'm going to set that right there. That's that guy. Okay, perfect. And then um, this thing's going to go away. Sorry, dumb buggy, you are the weakest link. Now, detach. Check. Okay, before I do that, I need to make sure that I have, I think we would put the thing right here. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to try this out first. We're going to put that there. That would nestle the battery right there. Perfect, 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 perfect. And I think I messed that up because I need to detach this first. So let's detach this first. Now, grab. I'm hungry. And I just beamed myself in the face with this battery. What are the odds of that? Okay. Why am I hungry? Golly. Kelp crisp. I got a ramen. I'm gonna go ahead and eat one of those. I don't have a ton of those left, but it feels like the right idea. Okay. So let's go ahead and grab this here. Yeah. All right, guys. We are cooking today. Okay. So now I want to grab this, and I need to spin it. I need it to spin. So center. Is there a way to make it spin? Wait a minute. Okay. Now if I grab and I turn. Aha! Oh yeah, we're about to do this. We're about to get it in the hole. Okay, we may need to knock that guy out first. Oh gosh, it's so jerky. How do we rotate? Oh, I don't know how to rotate yet. That's been the big problem. You know what we could do? I think I have an idea. Okay, let's drop that for a second. What if we did this? Where's this at? What if we did this? We stick it right there. Okay, and then now I grab this guy and I say stop. Hell yeah. Guys, the future is now. We are freaking killing it right now. Okay, that works really good. That's what we wanted to have happen. And then I can put this back so that we do have connections to all of those things. For this stuff, we can create something here. So now we've got that battery. I think now is the time to re-add our wheels, maybe, and then see where we go from there. I think a wheel there and a wheel there would be good. And then I think if we do, what is it? This, and then rear wheel, and then there's that, and then there we go. Let's go ahead and get this welded up. And this should be now, right? I have this for steering turned off, right? Steering 20%. No, steering should be off. Why? You know, the point of having that copy over is so that steering is off. So let's grab those parts right there. Oh, we're cooking now. I need an antenna for this guy, but oh, those are going to be pretty tight. Now, I don't know how to do the tracks mod, so real quick, let's go ahead and hop in the cockpit right here. Get our energy back, get some stuff back. things like that. And then let's see. Let me think for a second. Um, what was I thinking about doing? So we need, oh, tracks. So give me just a second. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So the tank tracks, I don't think I have all the mods necessary to add tank tracks to the game. So for now, I think it's just going to be we're not going to worry about tank tracks on this guy. But we do have a rover, and if I'm mistaken, I turned off the park brakes. Only the front's turning. That wheel doesn't have brakes for some reason, which is cool. I don't understand that exactly, but no big deal. I would definitely want brakes off on the front one, but this one I don't think needs to have brakes off. So braking on for that. And then same with this guy. I don't want the brakes on for the front, but I'm okay with the brakes being on for this guy here, and I think it is. Yeah. So now if I goose it and I hit the brakes, the front one's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, I love it. I love that for me. Okay, so now we've got a weird tallness to the rover that we don't need to have. And I could have put this in a better place, but I think honestly it's right there. It's fine for right this second. The battery I would like to move. I don't need to move this per se, but I'm gonna because honestly the event controller is not doing anything in particular right this second. So I think number 5 is going to be my remote block, my event controller, my programmable block. I think this is going to be and my like it's going to be all my smart blocks basically, all my blocks that don't exist yet. So we're going to put this guy right here because I want it in a different spot. And then we're going to come here and I should be able to go event controller. We'll call it. Wow, I have a lot of event controllers. Pod event, we'll say event controller docking is what we want. And that's going to be eventually we'll set that up for that. So that's what that is. Where are the other ones at? If it says I have so many, oh, they're right there, 1 and 2. There's the other 2. Cool, cool. This battery, I want to put this battery somewhere better. More better. More better battery location. Um, I don't know what that looks like exactly right this second, but I do know that it's not in a great place. And it sticks out weirdly to the side, so I don't see a reason for it to stick out right there. So part of me thinks, what if I... Oops. How many of you saw that coming and was like, Tater's going to mess it up? And you didn't warn me. How many? Be honest. Be honest. How many? Probably all of you. Okay. Let's grab 2 of these. We're going to put that guy right there. That looks like a good spot for one of them guys there. One of them fellas, them there guys. Get rid of this. I've got this part nearly figured out. I want centered on. I don't know why it's way over in my face like that, but the thing that I haven't figured out is how to rotate. Oop, I didn't mean to throw that. That's my bad. Got it. Man, that's difficult to use. Shout out to Splitsy and anybody who uses that mod regularly successfully, because that is something else. I don't fully understand how. I just it's a mystery to me. Um, it's cool, but I don't have enough things. I don't have enough practice with it, so we're gonna stick you right there. It's gonna be good. I didn't mean to do that, so let's go ahead and chop that off. And then we're gonna detach this guy. And then stick you right there. Should be interesting to grab out and do all the things with. You guys are experimenting. You guys are learning experimental things with me. I need this to be right about like that. Ah, it is too physicsy. How do you guys do this? Golly. I'm sitting here throwing this battery around. Wada! Wada! Hiya! Hiya! Oh, please go into your home. You're so close. There we are. Haha! I think it's because I put it too high, but I can still access everything. That is the important thing to note right here. I can fix this up. Look at this. We got ourselves a little bit of a rover thing going on. I don't know if this is the way I would have designed this if I was building from scratch, but it is the way it's been designed regardless. So that's something to be sort of thankful for. I think what I want to do now that I've got that and it's all one size, we're probably going to chop this top off and maybe relocate our relocate the let's go ahead and take these off so we're not just burning juice for no reason. Beautiful. And we can kind of get an idea of what we want further. I do like the idea of the solar panel being integrated, but I think we could put a solar panel just like on top of the vehicle as a roof, and I think that might be better. But I actually don't know where that's fully attached to, so I need to be very leery about chopping all this off. I don't think I do, though. Maybe I don't need to be that leery. Um, and now we can go. I think the only thing I don't like about the battery placement right there. What if I could nestle it? If I could put it inside, oh, that would be such a nightmare. But what if I could? What if I could, what's it look like under here? So if we go under this guy and we look at what on earth I've done down here that doesn't make any damn sense. We've got some weird, um, got some weird stuff going on right there, which I'm positive we could do something different with. But what if I just took the battery? It's a 3x3. So what if I just let's make sure we don't chop the entire vehicle in half because I feel like that's what I'm about to do. Rest in peace if I do that. Okay, I think now this could be an absolute tragic idea, but I swear if that meteor storm kills my base after all this work, I'm going to be so sad. Okay, get that right there. Meteor storm inbound. We're going to get some more juice. I need to... This is like a random... This is a chaos moment, guys. Full chaos moment. Okay, let's go ahead and see what happens. Let's make the magic happen and see if I can't... I want it a little further back, I think. We'll do the first one forward. Okay, and then we're gonna... we're gonna do a dumb. I don't think it's that dumb. I don't think it's that dumb. I just think it's not the best thing I could be doing right now with my time. Oh, you know what we should do? We should raise it up one more to protect it. Yep, you're right, guys. I know you didn't say that, but I'm definitely about to cut this thing in half. That's 10 of 10 gonna happen. Okay. Please don't cut in half. Please don't cut in half. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, this is such a terrible idea. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. We're gonna... Oh, God, it's so violent. Could we not be that violent? Hey! Woo! Ah, guys. Fucking game... Oh, my language. Language. Game changer. It doesn't look like it's in the center. No! We're gonna fix it. I can't live with that. We gotta fix it. Okay. Okay. Center there. And then this needs to be right there. That's what needs to happen. Okay. Come over here. You guys are like, what is Tater doing? And why? No, this is gonna be good. Okay, I need you to stop spinning the way you're spinning. Does it matter which angle you grab it from? It seems like it does. Okay, I need you to rotate. Flip over, boy. Please get away from me, first of all. There's got to be, okay, rotation. What? It keeps wanting to fling. What is happening? Ah, God, this thing is terrible. Please hold. I have figured it out. The vanilla key bindings are what causes it to rotate. So if I really wanted to stop trying to throw it out at me is the problem. Okay, put it right there. So you hold middle mouse button and then you use your page up, page down as your rotation, and that is how it rotates. So you can, but it has to be, it's not, well, and for the people who don't use, like I just recently started using Space Engineers 2 controllers to be a little bit more fluid. If you don't use those, or if you hold control, that rotation doesn't work. So it's only, but that's okay. We got it. We got it where we wanted it. That's not where I want that. We got it where we wanted it, guys. Look at that. We got ourselves a rover, and it doesn't look as dumb as it could. That's not saying a lot. We have 2 batteries on board, and I'm getting it's piped up so I can get all my stuff. It's where my survival kit is currently, but the battery's in a much better location with regards to some safety, I think, which is nice. It's nice to have a little bit of safety. Um, that doesn't need to be that kind of block. We can. The other thing I'd like to do, I think, and that's maybe put in a medium cargo container. Um, so we have some storage, and I think the perfect spot for that is going to be right here. And then I don't. It doesn't need to connect to the primary grid, I don't think. But what I could do, what I was thinking about doing, is I can just connect these guys. I can connect these guys via this right here. I can just do I can do what do you call it? One of these bad boys, right? Oh wait, no, I definitely have all the parts I need for this. So I can just go, we can do L bracket up, straight bracket, or T bracket, and then curve bracket right there, all piped all the time. Very useful. And then all of that stuff is connected, and then I should be able to knock this stuff off right here, and I should be able to throw in a medium cargo container, and that will be this thing sorted, so to speak, being that sorted being, you know, relative. I'm thinking we're just going to slap that bad boy. Uh, if we slap it right there, I can still get to the survival kit, and I can almost dock. Or so that's what we're going to do. We're going to, instead of right there, we're going to bring it back a few. Maybe. My dog's going to bark at everybody. Mostly the people on the outside of my house. And then, yeah, and then we just slap this bad boy right here. Oh, and you know what we can do? We can even pipe up. Oh, yeah. Bro, it's all coming together. So I can even knock this guy out right here. I can do, we can make sure we have one of these bad boys right. Oh my gosh, where is it at? Have this guy here. And then from that block right there, we just do straight, 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 and a curve. Let's see, 6 curve. There you go, grab all that. Put those things in production, even though we probably don't have the juice on board. Currently, look at that. We need one more steel tube. Successfully withdrawn. Beautiful. Look at that. And then we'll start getting this thing welded up. Look at that. We got ourselves we got a freaking thing. Now, I didn't obviously lower it too much because this is still very much taller than everything, but we can easily access. I don't need this block there. We can easily access the I need this, so I can just grab all the pieces for it. Interior plates. We'll get those in production, guys. Oh, I don't need 15. I just need 10 more. 10 more production. Let's kill this. Do that right there. Do this right here. I know, guys. You guys are like, man, this guy's is continuing to go, but it's just what it is. It's just how it be sometimes. I think we got it. Oh yeah, we did it. Energon low, but we got low. It's a rover. We did it. Okay. That is glory be to the rover kings. Okay, I need to get this out of my inventory. I probably don't need all of this ramen or the kelp crisp, but that's okay. We're going to put that in there, that in there, and that in there. Those things can be done. We got ourselves a rover. This thing can be scrapped. Sorry about your bad luck there. You were not even a little bit good. You were terrible. Nothing about you was redeeming, except for that it was a good stunt show for the boys. And that's what matters. So clean this guy up really quick. The next episode. So we got ourselves a rover. We should give it a little testy boy. No, don't say testy boy. You can't say that. Let's see. The next episode, what I think is going to need to happen, I think we're going to need to let me think for a second. I want to build a way to get this thing docked up safe and sound to the grid, to our basic base grid. And then we need to start collecting resources and maybe go take that supply post finally. Actually, we should just take it over there. But just for grins and fun really quick, let's go ahead and let's reverse this bad boy down. And then I will switch lock. All right. Give this thing a quick whirl and see how we're doing. Why is that considered not piped? Oh, because I'm so dumb. Look at that. Look how dumb that is. Okay. Well, I didn't pipe it up. That's okay. Doesn't have to be piped. Not right now anyways. It drives. Man, when it loses ground up front, it stops turning. It feels like the front wheels aren't even touching the ground. That is... Yeah, like... It struggles to keep the front wheels on the ground. So what we might do... Let's go ahead and park this in the sun. And, yeah, see how hard it is to turn? That is ridiculous. Okay. I think what Chad had said, and this will be something we'll look at next time. So, first and foremost, let's get ourselves a new little screenshot. Look at that is a terrible screenshot. There we go. That's the screenshot. The first one was real bad. Thanks for coming along on this and learning how to use grabby hands with me. I don't hardly still know what I'm doing. I'll get this fixed next time. What I was gonna say is, per Chad's advice, what I think I'll do is we'll lower the threshold on the back wheels so that they're not producing as power, and the front wheels will do most of the pulling, and then we should be good to go. And I think that's going to be a wrap for today. I know it wasn't a crazy exciting one, but we got that up and running, took care of some stuff. We learned how to use some experimental grabby hands, much to my dismay and probably much to your dismay watching from home. I think what I'm going to try to do is I will get the rest of the mods necessary for the tank tracks. Also, if one of you guys can link me the tank tracks mod specifically you use, because the one I was looking at is just called Tank Tracks Framework API, and I don't know if there's an easier or better one, but I'll get all the necessary things installed for that so that we can add tank tracks and maybe make the thing look a little better. But next episode, we're going to build a way to get this thing docked up, and then we're going to go look at taking that supply base as a starter and also building out our mine, our big chutzpah mine that we're going to need. Um, so that is all coming. If you enjoyed this, you know what to do. I appreciate each and every one of you. I will catch you later, taters. And as always, learn on stream, I guess, and be kind and stay on Ray. Bye.